Excuse me, I need to see guest passes for those young men. This pool has established guest protocols.
Their family, my nephew and his friends from work.
Rules are rules, Mr. Martinez. Pool privileges for Lot 47 are suspended immediately pending compliance review.
I see.
When Karen Mitchell banned my nephew from the community pool, I did not even know her last name. 6 months later, I knew her bank account numbers and her entire corruption history. That transformation happened because Karen made one critical mistake. She picked a fight with a retired construction lawyer who had spent 20 years unraveling fraud schemes. Comment below which country you are watching from. My name is Dave Martinez. I moved to Willowbrook Estates after my wife Sarah lost her 3-year battle with cancer. 127 homes, a $400,000 community pool, and the kind of quiet I desperately needed. 8 months of peace ended one Tuesday afternoon in June when my 16-year-old nephew, Miguel, and 2 friends from his summer job were using the pool during designated hours. Karen appeared with her clipboard and announced that my lot was in violation of the guest policy and that pool privileges were immediately suspended pending compliance review. That night, she posted the suspension notice on the community board and made an announcement at the weekly meeting about my failure to follow established protocols. She had just made her first mistake. She picked a fight with someone who had spent 20 years dealing with bullies who hid behind contracts and fine print. I read the HOA charter that night cover to cover. Page 47. Reasonable accommodations shall be provided for family gatherings and multi-generational household activities. Karen's guest policy directly violated the foundational document she claimed to enforce. Her suspension notice also violated 3 procedural requirements. Insufficient notice period. Failure to specify which bylaw was violated. An improper hearing format. At the compliance meeting, I laid the documents out and walked the board through each violation. Karen's response was to comment that perhaps the stress of learning new rules was overwhelming me after my recent loss. The board upheld the ban for 2-2, but something had shifted. Treasurer Maria Santos slipped me a manila envelope 2 weeks later. Financial documents. She asked me to look at the construction contracts versus actual amenity costs and tell her what I thought. What I found made my construction lawyer blood run cold. The HOA had been billed $2,100,000 for community amenities. The actual construction invoices buried in Maria's files showed costs of $1,400,000, $700,000 missing. Karen Mitchell Realty had been the exclusive sales agent during Willowbrook's construction phase and had received referral bonuses 400% above normal commission rates. Her email archive contained a message discussing profit-sharing arrangements for inflated amenity budgets absorbed by HOA dues over time. She had also been collecting ongoing kickbacks from the pool maintenance, landscaping, and snow removal contractors. Every service overpriced by 30 to 40%. Every month, residents were paying inflated dues that went directly into Karen's accounts. Her aggressive rule enforcement was not about standards. It was about preventing anyone from looking closely enough at the numbers to notice. When I filed public records requests for HOA financial documentation, Karen escalated immediately. Code enforcement called to inspect my property on the day of Miguel's graduation party. False police report filed claiming I had threatened her. An attempted bribery offer in the parking lot after a board meeting that I captured on my phone recording. A threat that her husband's city council connections would make things difficult for me. All of it recorded. All of it documented. The district attorney's office received our complete criminal complaint with timeline, financial documentation, and recorded admissions. Detective Chen issued subpoenas for all HOA financial records, developer contracts, and Karen's personal banking going back 5 years. The investigation found federal mail fraud charges layered on top of the state embezzlement and conspiracy counts. Karen pleaded guilty. $847,000 in restitution, plus penalties. Real estate license permanently revoked. Her husband resigned from city council when his own involvement in the cover-up was confirmed. The recovered funds eliminated HOA dues for 3 years and funded actual community improvements. The remainder established the Sarah Martinez Memorial Scholarship for local engineering students. Miguel was the first recipient. The pool that Karen had tried to weaponize became the site of our first annual community celebration the following summer. Families from across Willowbrook gathered around it to mark the end of 3 years of financial abuse and the beginning of something built on transparency instead of fear. Drop a like if this story hit different, and tell me in the comments what you would have done the night you opened that manila envelope and saw those construction numbers.